Back live on Fox News, and we're looking at favorable and unfavorable opinions of the candidate. Favorable on Senator Obama, 60%, unfavorable 35%. Favorable on John McCain, 55% to 41%. I'll show you the vice president in a minute, but well, I won't. I guess I'll show it. We'll do you the favorable on Biden. There you go, 57%. Favorable on Governor Palin has gone below 50%, and unfavorable on Joe Biden, 33%, unfavorable on Sarah Palin, 44%. With us again, Kelly Bingle and Chris Wilson. Chris, is there a concern now that Senator Palin, Governor Palin, as much of a boost as she gave you back in the day, may be hurting you now?
Well, I don't think there's a concern about that. I think that what there is a concern about is the fact that she has been completely redefined by the mainstream media, and it's been difficult to sit back and watch.
Your campaign did a little of that, sir, with great respect.
I'm sorry?
Your campaign did a little bit of that. I mean, internally, Republicans are blaming the way she was handled by the campaign as much as they are about what was, quote, done to her, unquote, by the mainstream media.
Yeah, Shep, I can't disagree with that. There is a little bit of that in terms of a way in which she was handled at the very beginning, which I think probably did not help in terms of her overall definition. But it has certainly been played upon. There's been enough of the definition around Palin that has created a different figure than what exists in Alaska. Let's face it, this is a governor who was the most popular governor in the United States whenever she joined the ticket, and now we look at these numbers nationally, which are completely inverted from where they were when she first joined the ticket.
So we're going to blame the media for that?
That's got to be a concern. Well, because I think some of it has been the way which it was handled. I mean, we take in which the way Sarah Palin has been defined by the media compared to Joe Biden. If you take the kind of comments that Joe Biden made about about Barack Obama facing an international incident in his first 90 days in office, if she had made those same comments, there would be a firestorm all over the place right now.
Kelly, he's right, and you know it. He's right, and you know it. For some reason, Joe Biden. Well, now is he not right?
No, if you look at what he said, it's true. Our first attack was in 1993 in the very first months of President Clinton's terms. Then our next attack came in 2001. If you look at the pattern of terrorists, it is very likely that we will have an attack next year regardless of who the president is.
But that's not what he said. He was speaking, no, it was not his point. You can try to redefine the reality of what happened if you want, but what he said is they're going to test Barack Obama. He was very specific. We can turn back the clock and change the words if we want, but that's not really fair now, is it?
His point was, this is a guy who has the spine to stand up to whatever threats our country faces, and that was simply his point. But it is a very real possibility if you look at our history since 1993. Right. So well, I think that was the point. On Sarah Palin, I will just say it has nothing to do with the mainstream media. It has to do with the fact that this is the first time that voters on a national scale have had an opportunity to look at her and to look at her record. I think that's what this is about.